The spin tool is the next entry in the toolbar. This is really a variation of the extrude tool. This tool creates duplicates of the selected elements and rotates them about a specified axis and pivot point. When the tool is selected, a gizmo showing the rotation direction is displayed. The color of the arc indicates which axis we will be rotating about. The initial setting is the Z-axis, but we can change this before starting the operation by selecting an alternative in the upper left corner of the 3D viewport. In the same area, we can also select the number of duplicates created. Dragging on one of the plus symbols will rotate and duplicate the selected elements. In this example, where the top rim of an open cylinder has been selected, the rotation doesn't create a useful result. By default, the pivot point of the rotation is the position of the 3D cursor. So if we undo the operation and move the cursor before repeating the action, we'll see that a curve has been created in the cylinder. If we then use a traditional extrude on the selected vertex loop and apply a Shade Auto Smooth command, our overall result could represent a pipe with a 90 degrees bend. Notice, like a traditional extrude operation, the spin tool also creates any additional faces needed to link each of the duplicates. But, if we return to the upper left area of the viewport, selecting the Use Duplicates checkbox will create duplicates of the selected elements, but without adding the additional faces. The spin tool's last op panel offers several controls to adjust the newly performed spin operation's characteristics. To show the purpose of each entry, we'll start with a circle that has been reduced to 3 vertices to form a triangle and then rotated 90 degrees about the x-axis and moved 3 units along the same x-axis. Initially, with the 3D cursor at the world origin, we'll spin the triangle by about 45 degrees before looking at the contents of the last op panel. Steps sets the number of duplicates that are created within the spin. Use Duplicates, when selected, produces separate copies of the selected elements without creating the linking faces. Angle sets the angle of rotation, giving us more control than the freehand option provided by the spin gizmo. Auto Merge, when selected, links the vertices of the first and last copies if angle has created a full 360 degrees rotation. Although there may be no obvious visual change in our model when we use this option, if we switch on the Statistics option in the Viewport Overlays panel, we see the number of vertices reduce when we switch on this option. Flip Normals, if selected, will reverse the front and back faces. This can sometimes be necessary when duplicating faces, since on occasion, back faces may become visible on the outside of a mesh. The center fields set the location of the origin of the axes set, while the axis fields can be used to realign the direction of those axes. The spin tool can be used in several situations. For example, by activating the Use Duplicates option, we could create the spokes of an old wagon wheel. And if we extrude vertices to create the profile of an object such as a goblet, using spin can create the complete object.